Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strategy Gaming Dojo. As always, welcome to my dojo where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. We're definitely going to file this one under breaking news or finding great strategy games. As you can see on my screen here, Ultimate General American Revolution seems to have been found. And what I mean by that is overnight, History Guy Gaming, hat tip to him, one of the members of his community brought it to his attention that the folks over at Game Labs seem to have this new page up indicating they're going to take their Ultimate General system and apply it to the American Revolution. Now, that in and of itself would be very exciting news. The Ultimate General games are fantastic. Ultimate General Gettysburg, Ultimate General Civil War, the Ultimate Admiral games, they're all so well done. They did a great job. Now, these are real time strategy games. I would imagine most of you have played them or given them a shot. And in my estimation, they really raised the bar for real-time strategy when it comes to war games. They had a very intuitive system. They didn't make it simple. Of course, when you're moving that many troops around, it's never going to be simple, but they did make it simpler. And I think we're a real step forward when it came to RTS and applying that to war games. So if the folks at Game Labs, the Ultimate General people, were going to bring that system to the American Revolution, that would definitely be something we'd be excited to play and would be something we would be looking forward to. But wait, there's more. As we look down the page here, it seems that Game Labs is really kind of taking some of the best from some games that have come out recently. Grand Tactician maybe is one. As we get further down, you'll see some production looking items that sort of look like the Paradox games. Um, and so let's jump into this page and kind of take a look at what they're saying that this game will be. Now, of course, this game is not even in early access. As we get to the bottom, you'll see there's a buy now button or to sign up, and you can get an early access, it seems, but that is not active. So this game is not out there even in an early access build, but it looks like they're preparing for that. And just looking at the screenshots, it looks like they've brought this game along much further than anyone has known. As far as I know, no one even knew this game was in development. So that's very odd for a company the size of Game Labs and how popular their games have been in the past. They have other projects going on that they have, put out quite a bit of publicity on. So this is interesting. So let's look down here. Just reading off the top, and I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, you can do that yourself. But I do want to point this out. So we read through here. American Revolution is a sandbox strategy game featuring the epic historical period during the rebellion of the American colonies against the British Empire. Take on the role of the British or the colonists and fight for territorial control over North America. So far, so good. Now we get to the interesting part. A gripping real-time campaign awaits you on a detailed 3D map. Okay, so while Ultimate General Civil War was fantastic, and it did have a quote-unquote campaign layer, that campaign layer was very linear. So you fought, X battle, you beat the AI in that battle, and then you would move on to the next battle, and the AI would have the same troops no matter what had really happened. And you played that battle, play battle one, then you play battle two, then you play battle three. Nothing really changed. And again, it was a great deal of fun playing out those battles, but you kind of got the sense that it really didn't matter. And once you'd played through the campaign a couple of times, that was that, which is fine. It provided hundreds of hours of entertainment. But this, a gripping real-time campaign awaits you, has stoked a lot of interest. Now, let's look down here at the screen grabs. As you can see, it's just the beautiful graphics that the Ultimate General series has. The troops look fantastic. Everything about the map looks fantastic. And that lent to the popularity, obviously, of Ultimate General. But if we look over here to the left, we see something new. Hey, it's old George Washington there. You've got General Cornwallis here. But what you'll see is you have what appear to be divisions and what appears to be a campaign map. Now, as I said above, they're saying this will be a real-time campaign. Let me tell you, if they take this Ultimate General series and boost it up by actually having a real campaign, sort of as we've seen in Grand Tactician, where you're moving, your armies and divisions around to different parts of the map, and then you fight the tactical battles, this is going to be a whole different ball game. And that takes the excitement level from a 10 to an 11 if you've got that on the volume dial. Um, it talks also here about naval battles. So naval, the Ultimate Admiral series is also fantastic. Now, in Ultimate Admiral, you can take, it's really, ship based, but you can also fight on land. Here, this will be land based. You can fight also at sea. Um, One other thing I would like to point out just in this little section, it says move your general to gain the tactical control of the situation in a minimal way. The presence of a general makes it possible to control the troops or ships directly on the map, etc., etc. So that again kind of lends credence to this idea, looking at Washington, looking at Cornwallis, leads you to believe that you will be moving your general around on the map to take tactical control of the battles. Now, that's a lot different than Ultimate General Civil War, where you start on the battle map and you have control, and there's no question about that. This seems to indicate that you will need to get your general in position to actually fight out the tactical battles. Again, that's awesome. Let's hope it happens. Look at this screenshot, huh? You know, uh, as I said, the Ultimate General games really took it to the next level when it came to user interface, how you move your troops, and also the graphical quality. That looks fantastic. Huge battle for the Revolutionary War here, but that looks like the old UG. Again, if that's all it was, that would be amazing. If you actually have to move Washington into an area to take control here, that is fantastic. Um, Again, this next paragraph, you can read through it. It kind of indicates again that this will be a grand campaign, as does this delayed reporting. So they're showing this was nothing that we've seen, as far as I know, in a Game Labs game so far, where you're going to be receiving reports. Some of your reports may go through. They depend on whether or not you have, the appropriate espionage level, population loyalty. How the distance. So you're getting a dispatch here, and Washington has found out, oh my gosh, there's a battle over here, and he's not there. He's not in control of it. So that's awesome, amazing. Um, and again, you can flip through these pages. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but this again indicates a campaign layer and a true campaign layer. Uh, Army Navy supply. Now this looks a little bit like some Ultimate Admiral stuff, but this is a little more in depth than we've seen it from Game Labs. As I said, looking like the Paradox games as far as building up ammunition, supply, uh, having different areas like Connecticut here. You've got a couple of factories and what looks to be a port. This looks kind of Paradox-like, doesn't it? Um, that would be amazing as well. If they can take their real-time strategy game and tack onto that and make it feel real, having a true grand campaign layer, you're talking about what could be one of the great games of all time. When you play a Hearts of Iron 4, one of the problems people have with that is you have all this great campaign layer, but down on the tactical level of the battles, you don't really fight those yourself. On the other end of the spectrum, with the Ultimate General games, you have the great tactical battles, but you don't have that grand campaign. If you can meld these two things together, we're really going to have something. And I don't want to get too excited and say, hey, I don't know what this game's going to look like. Uh, Well, I know what it's going to look like, but I don't know how it's going to play. So you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself until we actually see the game, but all indications from this page are that they're going to try to meld those two things together. So I thought I would bring that to you today. It's some pretty exciting news if you're a strategy games fan, if you're a Game Labs or Ultimate General fan, or if you're a fan of Grand Strategy, it seems. Uh, but we will see. So thank you for joining me at Strategy Gaming Dojo. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time.